Hi everyone, welcome back. Um, I have my assistant here. He is always here. His name is Oscar, if you didn't know. He's lovely. Today I want to talk a bit about therapy. I want to tell you about the reason why I started going to therapy, why I recommend you going, and what happened. Today was my last therapy session. I feel I've reached a point where I can take a break. Nothing big and major is going on in my life. And for the past 3 sessions, I didn't really feel the need of deep diving into topics that, that are profound. So it was a very superficial discussion that we had. So I thought maybe it's time to take a break. Firstly, I have to tell you the reason why I started going to therapy in the first place. I had a panic attack. I had a moment where I was unable to go out of the house. I just couldn't. I have a shop outside, right across my street, and I wasn't able to just go and buy food. And that was scary because I started crying and I panicked, and that was the moment, that was the trigger that made me go to therapy. I chose a therapist because I have private health insurance through my work, and we have an application there where you can choose your medic, and I knew that they had therapists as well, and I had a discount. The first therapist I talked to was a guy, and he was quite lovely. I don't know why I stopped going to him. Maybe I just got scared because I think I went in February the first time, and then I went again in April. But yeah, that was the main moment when I went to therapy. That period was the period where my sister was not in the country. She was working abroad, and I'm very close to her, and I think that was one of the triggers. By not having her around, I felt lonely, I felt alone, and it just happened. It was very weird. And I was thinking about going to therapy for about 5 years. I started keeping a journal in 2018, and from 2018 until 2023, I think, I didn't have the courage to go to therapy because it is very difficult to confront yourself and your fears and everything else. And that was the trigger, and that's why I went to therapy. It was great. I loved going. It was so difficult at times. I couldn't stop crying for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. Because, when things happen in your life, you need somebody else to be able to speak with, not a family member, not a friend. Don't use your friends as therapists, because even though they're there to listen and they are your friends, that's not their job. Your friends should not be your therapist. They're not qualified for that. But yeah, that was the main reason why I went. And I realized how much I learned through therapy and through meeting new people and having new interactions. During that time when I went to therapy, I met a guy. He was living in the Netherlands, and he was also very helpful because he made me realize that I have to become vulnerable and I have to let people in. I was always scared of letting people in because if they knew who I was as my true self, they would leave me. And I don't know if fortunately or unfortunately, he was my greatest fear come true, because we did talk for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. And we met, we dated for a while, and then he said that he doesn't see a relationship with me, which, totally fine. But that fear that I had in the beginning about you getting to know me and then leaving me because you didn't like what you found, that was my biggest fear, and here I am. I'm still alive and kicking, and nothing major happened. I'm still friendly with him, but he helped me a lot when it comes to therapy, because I felt very comfortable going in and talking to him about the things that I was talking in therapy. He was very open about this, and I thank him. So if you see this video, thank you. I appreciate your help during that time. And lately, I did realize that because I'm not having such deep conversations, I need to take a break. And I've decided that today is going to be my last therapy session. She was very understanding, and I thank her very much for all of the help and everything that she helped me with. During the time of my therapy, I have improved my relationship with my mother greatly, because we didn't really have a good a good relationship, but things are fine now. And when you realize that at the end of the day, your mother is just a girl, and she did everything she could with the tools that she had at that point, the perspective changes. This September, I took her on a trip to Italy, and we had a lovely time together, and I think we're going to repeat that trip next year, but don't tell her. So I've improved my relationship with my sister, with my mother. I still don't talk with my father. That's still something that has not healed. That's a big, big wound, and I'm not prepared to talk about it yet. I'm not prepared to forgive certain things. Both things I've learned can be true at the same time. And yeah, if you think of going to therapy, please go. It's going to be tough. It's going to suck. It's going to be awful in the beginning. But then you come out a better person. You find that your wounds start healing, and you feel different, and you see things in a different light, and you can understand that the frustrations that some people have, they're theirs and not yours, and you learn how to set boundaries and how to allow yourself to just be to be yourself. And I think this is one of the reasons. Hello, tears. This is one of the reasons why I want to continue with my YouTube channel, because I feel like myself. I feel that this is a creative outlet for me, even though I'm just talking to the camera and crying. But I feel comfortable enough on putting myself on the internet without the fear of being judged, because this is who I am. And if you like me, fine. If not, I've learned that I can definitely survive that. And life is too short to be afraid of being yourself. I didn't think I would cry on the internet today, but here we are. Yeah, so don't be afraid. And if you thought of going to see a therapist and you were thinking that you need a sign, this is your sign. I can promise you that as much as it's going to suck in the beginning to speak about the things that hurt and to reopen those wounds that they're seemingly closed, the effort and the pain are going to be worth it. So if you're looking for a sign, this is your sign. Please call the therapist and set up a meeting and let me know how that went. Me and Oscar are going to go have something to eat because it's 12:20 in the afternoon. I have no more battery on my camera and I'm hungry. I had 2 cups of coffee today, 2 big cups of coffee, and I do need some nourishment. And yes, thank you so much for watching. And if you went to therapy, let me know how that went. Let's share impressions. Let's talk about it because this is what makes it all go away. We just need to talk about it. Thank you again for watching. Have a wonderful day.